So finally, the Warzone Mobile has been launched globally for Android and iOS, and we could say it is the lowest rated FPS title ever released because in Android Play Store we can say it has 1 lakh means 100,000 reviews and the rating is below 2. So the current rating is around 1.9 star. So it was a really huge launch and around 10 million download happen within a day. But still, this game is not able to win the lots of heart. So in this video, we are going to discuss few points that what are the issues players are facing, why Warzone Mobile runs better in iOS device, and why Android devices are failing to run Warzone Mobile. And last but not the least, will Warzone Mobile survive for at least 2-3 months? So let's check it out in this video. So first we're going to see the issues player are facing. So first issue most of the people are complaining are the bad graphics. Yes guys. So most of the people who has even a high end device, they are facing a bad graphics issue. And if suppose they are throwing a smoke grenade or if they are trying to kill anyone, the graphics are not at all good. So many of the players saying that the graphics are shit for this Warzone Mobile. Next, what people are facing is the overheat issue. So without cooler or game, the game is reaching up to 46 degrees Celsius. So it is a huge drawback. Means if your devices have the overheating issue, your mobile face could face a lot of damage while playing this game, because Warzone Mobile uses a lots of processing power, and I believe that this processor, the mobile processor, are not enough, or the I would say the high end device also facing overheating issue. So those processor are not at all capable. Third, people are facing issues with bugs. There are a lot of bugs, like if suppose someone is throwing a grenade, they are not able to see the graphics. If suppose they are firing on someone, it's the bullets are not hitting to the enemy. There are lots of bugs people are complaining about. Next, the low FPS. If suppose the Android device supports up to 120 FPS, still people are facing hell lot of lags, especially in battle royale. Even with a cooler on a Snapdragon 888 processor, the device is getting only 45 fps in the starting, and then it suddenly drops to 35 fps, and this creates a horrible experience for the player. Next, the people also facing the server issues, that there is a hell lot of lag in Warzone Mobile because servers are overwhelmed. As I said, there are around 10 million downloads in a day, and the servers are not able to manage that, and that's the reason most of the people are facing the lag issues as well. Last but not the least, unsupported GPU and installation problem. Suppose the device is meeting a minimum requirement, still the Play Store showing the unsupported GPU for many. And suppose if some devices are able to install the game, but due to low GPU, they are not able to run the Warzone Mobile at all. So that is one of the biggest drawback. So now let's try to understand why the Warzone Mobile runs better in the iPhones than compared to Android. So first is the hardware difference. So the processors we use in the iPhone, whether it's iPhone the lower version or iPhone on the top end version, the processor remains same. So their architecture remains same, everything remains same. So that's the reason the game load faster. And the Warzone Mobile, the testing team has limited, we can say, the limited devices to test on. And so the suppose if they have to test on, for example, iPhone 12 or iPhone 13, if they have a similar processor along with the in the top end device as well, so the testing won't take much time, right? They have the same hardware across the lineup, and they can test even in the single phone that will also run great in the top end phone as well, in the low end phone as well. So hardware difference is not much in iPhone. They use same hardware. That's the reason the it's pretty easier to test in the iOS device compared to the Android device. Next is the system difference. The iOS is basically runs with the native code which was compiled by a big optimizing compiler, and this system is fully controlled by Apple only. Yes guys, so there is not much variation in the system as well. So that is the reason again the Warzone mobile developer has limited devices to test on, and so they tested their best for the iOS, and it is well optimized, well graphic, very less bugs in the iPhones. Last but not the least, the software difference. The again the iOS are limited, that we don't have various version of iOS. So if suppose they have various version of iOS, less version of iOS, it's very easy to test the specific game, and they have limited choices. So that's the reason there are very less bugs, and it's very well optimized in the iOS device. So these are few reasons that's why the Warzone mobile runs best in the iPhones. Now let's see why the most of the Android users are facing problem. Why the Warzone mobile failed to run in the basically in the Android device. First is the hardware. Yes guys, so suppose, as you know, there are various vendors for the Android. For example, there are Google, there is a Samsung, there is a Huawei, there is a Nothing phone. So there are multiple vendors present in the Android lineup, and so all the different vendors have their different hardwares. They use different architecture, they have their different way of running the Android. So the developers of Warzone really face a lot of issues to test the same game in multiple hardware, and that's the reason it's very difficult for the developers to check each and every bug for different hardware. So that's the reason, one of the reason the game is not very much optimized. There are frame drops because of the hardware. I feel there is the biggest reason. Next is software difference. So unlike iOS, Android, various vendor has their various version of the Android. For example, Samsung, OnePlus has Oxygen OS, Samsung has their One UI, so and Nothing has their own UI. So the operating system for different vendors are different, and their way of working is fully different. Again, the Warzone mobile developers has to test in various version, and it is very difficult, very tough to test the same game in different mobiles. So that's the reason there is definitely there will be, if the suppose OS are different device to device, it's very difficult to test, and people will definitely going to face a lots of bug and the server related issues, etc. So the question is, will Warzone mobile survive for at least 3 months? So as per the latest report, developers are aware about the various issues which Warzone mobile Android users are facing, and the developer team is working day and night to fix the various bugs. And suppose if they have to increase the server capacities, they are working on it. And they also informed us that if any of the player facing any bugs in specific device, they can go to the Discord server and report the issues. And they also asking for the device model and the Android version, so that they can fix that issue specific to that specific device. And we know guys that how beautiful the Call of Duty mobile game is. After 4 years, it works like a charm. So I think that after 2-3 months, when most of the bugs will fixes, this will this game will become one of the biggest, one of the most loved FPS game in the history of the mobile games. So comment if you agree with me. And as it's the latest game, it takes time, guys. The developer job is really a tough job. They are working really hard, and I believe the Activision team definitely come with a bang. So if you guys have any issues or any comment, please comment about it. And if you like this video, if you like the effort of creating this video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day ahead.